They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
You don't know the play. Stirring ceremony here at the Village Green as we kick off what is essentially Anzac Day football here in the AFL Sydney competition. Round 4, it's the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Bulldogs. They'll be taking on St George with a lot on the line here, but of course we do remember the fallen here on this most important occasions in Australia's history in Anzac Day, and congratulations to the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Bulldogs for organising that. Members of the Bondi Junction and Waverley RSL Club here, including Bill Harrigan, the president, who recited the ode this afternoon, along with Vince Bugle and Craig Higgins, and of course Kevin Hagan out there as well from the Bondi Waverley Club. Good supporters of footy in Sydney, and good to see the boys remembering the fallen here on this Anzac Day football weekend. As we look at the ladder at the moment with these two teams taking on each other this afternoon, it's the Bulldogs sitting in 5th spot with just the 2 wins. Behind them, the St George Dragons probably would expect to be a little bit higher at the moment, but they're sitting in 6th spot. So a lot on the line here this afternoon for these two teams as we get ready to get this one underway. And of course, round 4 in the AFL Sydney competition. We saw a great game yesterday, Anzac Day football out there at Picken Oval, and I think it was the Pennant Hills Demons who took that one out. So it was a good win and a good event on Anzac Day for AFL Sydney. And last week it was the Bulldogs who went down to take on Pennant Hills. Unfortunately, came up short in that game. They lost that game by 22 points. And of course, on the other side of the ladder, it was St George and Western Suburbs. They carried ahead. They played out an amazing draw that in the afternoon there, with Western Suburbs coming back. Actually, I think it was St George that came back 10 points down at three-quarter time. So they'll be looking to just to go that little bit step further this afternoon here at the Village Green. Of course, the Village Green throws up some very interesting football at times. It's one of the smallest grounds in the AFL City competition. The conditions today, absolutely perfect for football. It's overcast, there's no heat in the air, no breeze at all to speak of at the moment, and the surface is looking pretty good considering the weather we've had over the last couple of weeks. So it's all set for a big afternoon of football here at the Village Green. Scoreboard here, unfortunately not working. We will have the scoreboard on screen. It's a temporary scoreboard set up for the spectators. But all set this afternoon for a cracking encounter. The Bulldogs have been so good over the last few years in the AFL City competition. St George, well, they've promised a lot, but they just haven't been able to go the whole hog. And 2014 has surely been set for them. Just to go that one step further into the finals and maybe take to the last day of the competition. Looking out there, good to see the veteran of the competition, Troy Luff, will be lining up for the Bulldogs this afternoon. And he'll be sure loves the space here at Village Green. And it's good to see him still running around in the AFL City competition. They've got all the names. Keep their eyes on the keels for the Bulldogs. And McKinlay, well, he's an exciting player through the middle as well. Joel Robbie, the captain. On the other side of it, it's McBride, the ruckman, who just seems to be able to get across the ground. And, of course, names like Wilson and Addison, and of course Jason Saddington lining up for the St George Dragons this afternoon as well. Let's go through our final preparations here at the Village Green. Give the final hurry up. Moments away from this one getting underway. Bulldogs last week, it was Farrelly who kicked 3 for them in their loss to the Demons. St George, on the other hand, it was Jones with 2, Nick Ryan with 2, Addison with 2, Wilson with 2. They shared it around, Hodgson with 2. And they'll certainly be looking for those avenues to goal again this afternoon as the players move into place. Troy Luff making a last-minute run to the rooms. Umpire set, McBride moving in as he is to the ruck for the Dragons. Michael Dixon, a late inclusion into the game, was set to be a top-up player for the Swans reserves, but in the end, finds himself here at the Village Green. All set. Round 4 in the AFL Sydney competition, and we're underway here at the Village Green. The umpire takes all of his time to get this one going, and we're away. Bright in the ruck there, brings it down. Umpire's seen a free kick straight away. It's a free kick going against the Dragons, off the ball. And the Bulldogs will have the first chance to go inside 50. A good mark inside. Good mark taken there. That was Rowe. Goes quickly, looking for McKinlay. And this one will beat him over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in. As you can see, just the one kick, and they're inside 50 here at the Green. It's a good mark by Fletcher Rowe going forward. Plenty of numbers around the ball. Do see that a lot here at the Green. Good work going back with it. Jesse Mudge stuck the mid out. Now gives the hands off on the far side. Jones goes with a short one inside. Too much on it. Goes through the hands. Finds in the hands of Robbie. They move it quickly, the Dogs. A chiselling kick going forward through the middle. Not a good one, though. The St George have chopped it off. Inside 50 now. Leading to the ball. There's Ryan. Tries to go back on it. Kicks in danger. Umpire says play on. Handball out. And almost to the number 1. And the umpire's seen a free kick. Holding the ball. And it'll be Mudge to take the kick. Smallest man on the ground. Kick from just on 40. Might even be smaller. I don't know that the 50s here are the true 50-metre length. Shouldn't be an issue. The kick comes off the boot. Umpire does a bit of work. Well, we've seen this a lot. He comes back to the centre, and the St George Dragons have got the first on the board. Jesse Mudge gets the first for the Dragons. Back in the centre. Dragons by 6. Knocked away again. Kilworth in there for St George. Kick forward by Green. Chopped off and played on quickly. This one will go out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Comes away. Plenty of numbers out. Coming away with it there is Dornoff. Kicks it inside, but the kick's left a bit to be desired. Chopped off by Windle. Windle moves to the far side here at the Green. He's found Addison. He goes long, looking for a penetrating kick. And just too much on it. Beats Gilbert over the line, and we'll have another boundary throw in. 3.5 played first quarter. Work being done by Widmer. Wrapped up in the tackle. Widmer just jumps in and lies all over Kilworth. Bottom of the pack there, Danaher. Plenty of numbers around this ball. McBride just trying to tap it down to his advantage. Green at the bottom of the pack as well. A lot going on the far side. They need to open it up. It's really only 2 players beyond forward 50 for the Bulldogs. So a quick kick and hope out of the pack. And it's not a bad result over the boundary line. McBride and Widmer. It'll be a good battle between those two this afternoon. Widmer takes this one out of the ruck, throws it on the boot, chopped off. Pushing through there. It's Windle again, and now they've got it now with Kilworth. Kilworth on the right boot, goes inside 50. The kick misses everybody. Running back there for the Dragons is Addison, and the ball goes over the boundary line. Once again, the pack forms around this ruck contest. Comes down in the arms there of Dornoff. Couldn't get it clear and will be over the boundary line again. We'll reset. Deep in the forward line for the St George Dragons. Widmer comes away with it, falls in his arms. Nothing but Danaher can do but just try and put it on the hand. Once again, Dornoff on the left boot. And he's kicked it out in the full, so it's going to be Lukakas, I think, that'll take the kick. No, Kilworth's stolen it. I reckon Lukakas was probably a lot closer than that. Kilworth looking offside now. He sets for the goal. Drops it on the boot. Umpire watches it through. And it's offline for just the minor score. 1-1 now, the Dragons. Trying to get this ball out of defence at the moment. The boys from the University of New South Wales. Robbie with the ball. Touched off the boot. And taken out of the air. It's well done by Lukakas. Got the ball moving quickly, but they've turned it over now. McBride pushing to this contest. Just couldn't get the mitts out, but gets it on the bounce. Decides to go backwards, not a bad option. Just opens it up. Now they have a look through the middle. Plenty in there, and leaning with Jones. Takes on one, gets it away. Now in the arms of Green. Green pushes across as well. This is Wilson. Wilson's little chip kick inside. Oh, put his teammate under a lot of pressure. But he's got it there in Ryan. Ryan throws on the right, boots around the body. And it's offline again. Water around too far. 1-2 now. But St George doing all the attacking in the early stages of this first quarter. Bulldogs having a lot of trouble getting this one out of the area. The kick was a difficult one, but Danaher was on the end of it and does well. Pushes it over to Dornoff. Seen a lot of it early. Slips, causing a few of the leads to just balk. Big kick going forward. Widmer the target. Couldn't get it on the first bounce. Tried to get it back. Ducking under this one now, St George. Arms there. Good handball by Merson. Gets it over the top. Now in the arms of, I think that's Wynn. Touch ball. They go inside again. Working hard at the fall of the ball at the moment of the Dragons. The handball off. Now with Keel. Tries to fend off one. Gets the handball away. Comes straight back to him. And he's tackled. Inside from Jones. Top of the arc. There's plenty here for the Dogs. It was Robinson able to get the free kick off. Just gets underneath that one. And gets it back, Robinson. Quick hands over. They want to move the ball quickly. McKinlay. This is Jack. Goes inside. And the kick's a good one. This is with Ryan Farrelly. Kicked 3 last week. He certainly knows where the big sticks are, and he's going to go back. You'll kick from right on the paint. Tough angle, but no breeze to speak of. Distance shouldn't be an issue. Gets onto it. And the umpire likes it. Straight through the big sticks. And Farrelly's got one. And the Dogs get one back. Some good movement there from Robinson. Got the ball moving quickly. And the Dogs are on the board. So for all the attacking that St George have done in this first quarter, the margin only 2 points. We ticked over the 9-minute mark of the first. Ball comes down now, looking for Dornoff. He's tackled, and the umpire says holding the ball. Win. Back to Green. His kick inside. Plenty of wide around this one. Keel at the fall of the ball. Just taps it in front of him. Well done. Now has to get the kick away. It's an ugly scrubbing kick and it's a turnover. In fact, it's just made its way through all the traffic. But plenty of pressure now. Jones at the fall of the ball. In there attacking. And the umpire will ball this one up. Going on. Addison involved. Widmer with a big punch, but it keeps coming back. Now, St George inside 50. A quick kick For the ball there. Oh, well done by Saddington. Just stood over the ball, got it back up. Handball off, couldn't get to the target. Burrowing through there. I think it was Pascoe. And the handball, well, not a great one. And Marge works his way back and it gives it back inside to Napper. Napper's tackled. Umpire says play on. Merson with the kick inside 50. Couldn't fall there. It's Wilson there trying to get the ball up. Widmer in there trying to bustle his way through. Plenty of action happening at ground level. Comes up. A quick kick off and the mark not taken. Dropped there by Rowe. Nick Ryan with the ball now, picks it off the deck. Swings around on the right boot, puts it through. St George get one back. See there, Ryan. Quick kick came through and advantageous there from Nick Ryan. Swings around on the right boot and slots the goal. Back in the middle now. High tackle. First time I've seen that. Umpire's seen something off the ball here. It's going to be a push. Going to go to Dixon. It's an imposing figure, Michael Dixon. Now moves the ball inside. Looking for McKinlay. Goes over the back. Just booming it out of the area. The Dragons. Wilson almost took the mark. And it was Gilbert in the end trying to get the ball out. Changes mark there. Addison again. He's been lively early. Wide finds Ben Jones. Jones wants to go back to Addison, slips over, but advantageously ends up with Daniel Anor. And he's kicking from inside the square. The kick comes in. It's going to go right to the square. At the back of the pack, Saddington. The umpire says no. Interesting. I would have thought he had plenty of that. Must have been touched off the boot or in the air. As it was, Plant get the kick out for the Dogs. It's better from the Dogs, able to get it out of the area quickly. Dixon again. Nothing presenting at the moment, so he just has to go. Oh, in fact, that's a great kick. Saw Thomas Heath coming off on the angle. Heath's kick. It's gone out of bounds on the full. George wanting to switch. Green to Green, it's not Green, to Jones. Kilworth worked the switch well, looking for Saddington. He's taken this one. Directing play and then decides to go short, kicks into the man on the mark. Addison, good pick up. Now he has to get rid of it. Umpire says that's okay. And the ball goes over the boundary line. I've quite seen something here again. No, it's just going to get him to throw the ball in. A little bit longer this time. Right on the bench at the moment, just grabbing a rest, so it'll be Anor, and umpire's seen something here again off the ball, so after all that, it'll be a St George free kick. It's going to go to Anor. He's been shepherding the ruck. Anor with a big booming kick. Nick Ryan sets himself for this one, just at the back of the pack, unfortunately. Trying to get it through. Second effort was great. Ryan nearly got it through for the second, and set upon now. Good handball from the Carcass, got it out. Dogs under a bit of pressure, and that one stays in. And we'll have a boundary throw in as a result. Didn't go out of bounds on the full, which ball straight back in. from Lukakas, gave it off, gave it to Jones. Jones has a shot on goal, offline. 2 goals 4. They lead by 10 points. They've done all the attacking, the Dragons, but the return of 2 goals 4. We'd like to have seen a few more on the board. Dogs want to go straight down the middle. The kick just came off a little bit awkward. Batten was the target, and he's done very well to make sure that didn't turn over. Approaching the 16-minute mark, first quarter. McBride's back in the ruck. Rodriguez is there for the Dogs. So, bit of a ruck merry-go-round happening at the moment. Trying to work the ball forward, and then in the end, very well done. And the Dogs on the attack. And for their Farrelly again. Wouldn't take this one. Has a second chance at it. McKinlay in there as well. Ball goes over the boundary line. And McBride, an imposing figure in the ruck. McKinlay does the work at the ground level, puts it up. Mark almost taken there by Danaher. Ball comes clear. McKinlay again kicks it over, just touched over the for a minor score. George moving it quickly, dangerous, but it got there in the end. They want to go straight down the middle, the shortest distance here at the Village Green. Jones sees a player in Addison. Too big for him. Keel does well, just works him under the ball. And now he's got a chance to change the flow of this game. McKinlay does battle with Jones again. And over the boundary line. Plenty of work for the boundary umpires so far in this quarter. Umpires saying there's going to be a go against Rodriguez for holding. McBride just gets himself set in that front position, and it's very hard to get around. The kick up is a good one. Mark taken by Merson. He finds an option short, finds Jones. Jones short again, and Saddington probably too far out to score, but will want to drive them well into attack. We've got 1 on 4 in the goal square, so it has to go backwards. The handball comes over to Merson, under a bit of pressure now. Swings it onto the left boot, just goes inside 50. Pushing his way through was Gilbert. Jones again, been very lively lately. Handball's over to Lukakas, gets it back. On the left boot now, the shot on goal. They like it off the boot, just fades to the right. Minor score. 2 goals 5-17. 7 scoring shots 2-2 in favour of the Dragons, but the margin only 10 points. Robbie goes right into the centre, finds Rodriguez, gives it off to Keel. Rodriguez back again. McKinlay wanted to go by foot, ended up going by hand. They go again. Good ball movement by the Dogs, and the shot on goal. Well, say it was a shot on goal. It's out of bounds. Now St George with the switch. And Jones now. He's been covering the ground very well. Shaw. Good kick, finds Nick Ryan. Now, this is not beyond Ryan. He doesn't want to have a crack now. Goes central, looking for Kilworth, and a good mark taken under a bit of pressure. And the umpire's going to say 50 metres here. Not a lot in it, but milked for all it was worth. And Kilworth will line up now for a certain shot on goal. And this will open up a little bit of a margin. Throw it on the book early. Kilworth, the kick is good, and straight through the middle. look here. It's good ball movement by the Dragons. This is the kick that I thought was a little bit dangerous from Nick Ryan. But you see here, Kilworth sets himself well. Dornoff went back to put the pressure on. Has he got up? Oh, there's not a lot in that, sir. Wow. Back in the middle now. And, oh, it's going to be a 50 fest. Nothing in that. Almost a square up. Thompson with the ball for the Dogs. This will put him into striking distance. Doesn't look like he's going to set for a shot. Here he goes. Alex Thompson on the 50. Gives it plenty of height. Some mongrel punt. And no way of knowing which way that was going to go. 3 plays 8 in favour of the Dragons. The kick out, mark taken by Napa. St George. Shadows a quarter time. Works it well. Tomlins now goes inside, finds Green. Harrison gives it off to Thomas. Green. And pressure now. The turnover's likely, but they've done well, the Dragons. Just rush the handball there. Keel pushes back. Oh, tries to put on the brakes there, Robinson, and go back out the back door. The umpire says, no, you had prior opportunity. And kick go to Tomlins. Tomlins wants to go well sideways. He's found Wynn. Wynn under pressure now, has to get rid of it. Does so. Rod Craig there. See him back in the red and white. Hannon drives them inside 50. Kilworth it was there, setting himself under the football. And the Dogs come away with it. Now they've got an opportunity to go through the middle. Oh, Mark almost taken. In fact, it's going to come back. It's Farrelly. Eye contact in the marking contest. Goes long now, sees an option. Luff goes back with it and takes it almost. Had the first two grabs, couldn't get the third. Comes back now and over the boundary line. Almost had that one, did Troy Luff. 23 minutes played, margin 15 points in favour of St George. Hannon up against Luff now. And St George quite easily away from this contest. And they've got a player free in Mudge. Ducks inside, wants to go inside the play. Gets it along the ground. Out in front of Lakakis, couldn't take it. Good work by the Dogs. Robinson now has a bit of a run on the left boot. Sees a player in space. McKinlay. Turn around. Jack McKinlay under pressure now. Good work by Lording to get back on that one. And gets them out of trouble. Pushing back was Shaw. And the umpire said holding the ball, so it'll come back in. The Dogs. Batten in the middle. Go to him, wants to go long. Does so now. Oh, the option was Rowe. It's set up nicely for him, but he ran out of space over the boundary line. Sun's starting to poke its nose out at the moment. Said no wind to speak of. Great conditions for football. And up against Farrelly, so who wants to take a roll in the ruck? The siren will sound. The end of this first quarter here at the Village Green, and it was all Dragon attack. But the margin only 15 points as we go into the first break. The Dogs, they've scored 1 goal too. And the Dragons 3-5-23. The margin 15 points as we said. And as we go into the quarter time break, join us back here in about 5 to 10 minutes time. We'll have all the action from the second quarter. It's the St George Dragons by 15 points at quarter time. Set for the start of the second quarter here in this round 4 clash between the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs and St George. It's the Bulldogs who stayed in their huddle for quite a lot longer in that quarter time break. Just trying to work out what needs to be done. Get themselves back into this game. Quarter with Bride back into the ruck against Whitmer. As they started, St George comes straight out of the middle, attacking to the right hand side. Out in front, comes back to Tomlins. Tomlins' handball goes inside to Ryan, does very well. Back to Tomlins, smothered off the boot. Good work there at ground level. And McBride, the one-handed pick up off the deck, just couldn't hold his feet. And her in there for the Dogs, as is Dixon. A little bit scrappy early. Ryan with the handball off. Gave it off to Green. Green's kick was a good one. Found Kilworth. Kilworth just fires away towards goal, offline, but a good mark almost taken by Addison. Bumped off the ball. Keel there at the fall. This one will be wrapped up. The umpire will say, I'll have a look at it. Good match up there. Keel and Addison. Whitmer wins this one down, but it's only to the advantage of the Dragons. Keel pushing back, trying to help out right on the last line of defence. And the ball trickles over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. Bulldogs need to find something in this second quarter. Margin's 15 points in a very low scoring affair. Bride moves to the thing. Whitmer holds him out, but works him under the ball, does Patrick McBride. Trying to get the ball going there. Under a little bit of pressure, the Dragons, when they kick the ball. Going wide now. It's a race. Getting back there was Ed Keel. He's taken over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. McBride again. Just tries to drop it to his feet each time. Let the small men do the work. Free kick comes out. It's going to Widmer. And ball's off. Danaher now. Looking for a target. 1-on-2. Wasn't great. Good work there to punch from behind and keep the ball alive. And now we set over the boundary line. And a big hit. It's Williamson. Tap on Steve Lordy. And thrown with a little short. Advantage is green for the Dragons. It's going to be a free kick to Nick Ryan. Wilson wants to go on with it. The umpire says no. It's come back to Ryan. The goal kick is in that first quarter. Just goes long towards the square. Plenty there. Set well with Saddington. And not a bad option when you've got Jason Saddington sitting high to just bomb it long. And Saddington takes the mark. And we'll go back. Should kick this goal. Put the Dragons 21 points ahead. Does so. And they skip ahead the Dragons. Saddington kicks the goal. From Ryan, that was the old kick and hope, but as I said, you've got Jason Saddington sitting there waiting for it to come in. Just sets it, reads it so well. Takes the mark. And went back and kicked the goal, more importantly. Back in the middle. Keel tries to turn it around, gives it back to Robinson, back to Keel, under pressure, good tackle by Addison. The umpire will have a look at it. He sees it, he's going to have it up, and a little bit going on in the clinches. Keel in there, both Keels, twin Keel. Widmer and McBride. McBride pushes this one forward, running onto it. There is Lakakis under pressure, good tackle applied by Robinson. And they get away with this one. In the arms of Dornoff. Goes down the line. Looking there for Joel Robbie, but good work by the Dragons to go inside. But once again, Pascoe pushing back. Again down the line. This time it goes to Widmer. Widmer's kick is a good one. And has found Farrelly well out away from home. And has to find an option, and he does, in David Batten. And the umpires said it's a free kick turnover. It's out of bounds on the full, that's what it was. I don't think there was much in the contest. And now St George on the attack. Big booming kick looking for Saddington. Tries to work his way underneath two. Does very well to get it to the ground. Kick off is offline. Out of bounds on the full, in fact. Now, what can the Dogs do? They need to start scoring. Kick to Robinson. Tyler Robinson, his kick, not a good one. Merson. That's what's ahead of him. So he's a running player. The kick has to be perfect, and it was. Shaw. Doesn't know where to go, just short steps, decides to go short, don't know where that was going to, and the turnover eventuates. Now the Dogs working it through the middle. This is Batten, and he's run too far. Seen less paid for more, but the umpire says, and the full distance. Ben Jones now kicks short to Kilworth. No, umpire doesn't like it. Come back, do it all again. So the next one on the line was Napper. Napper's kick now. Plenty inside 50, and that one goes wide to Saddington. In fact, it's gone. The umpire set himself to go out of bounds on the full there, but in the end decided it was touched. They'll have a boundary throw in. Saddington in the ruck against Rodriguez. Rodriguez brings it down. Troubled out of it was Danaher. A little bit of space now. Dornoff with the kick. Down the line. Farrelly in the area. Just bustles his way through. Good work there from Batten to push through. Now they're one out. No one's in the goal square, and the ball goes over the boundary line in front of Troy Luff. Not a bad result, really. Had nothing to go to if he was to get possession. So they set for boundary throw in. Farrelly, it just goes back to square. Luff going even further back. Doesn't mind a goal, does Troy Luff. And it's going to be holding the ball, you'd think. Rodriguez could have been high. Umpire didn't see that one either. So they come away with it, though, the Dogs. Kilworth tries to effect a tackle, can't do so. Goes forward, looking for Luff. Comes down, and they get out of the area, and Kilworth it is. Wide to Shaw. Short. Green. They move it well. Addison now. Straightens them up. Right to the hot spot. Couldn't bring it down. And under pressure. Good work there. Tomlins. Sporting the headband this afternoon. Just having to scrub it out of defence, the Dogs. And they've set up well, St George. Now with Jones. His kick looking straight for Nick Ryan, and he's taken it. He'll go back looking to set his second on the board for this afternoon. Nick Ryan, prodigious goal kicker for the Dragons. Strikes it well, just offline in the minor score. Marching out to 22 points. The Dogs need to find something. Just been under pressure from the Dragons. Keel, he wants to straighten them up, go for a bit of a run. Handball's off to Jourdain. Wanted it back, did Keel, but just found himself in a bit of traffic. Dornoff. Short kick. McKinley's pushed down the ground. Back to Keel. McKinley again. Trying to work something through the middle, but the kick-off line, Addison, probably been best on field for the Dragons so far, and the kick inside 50 is a great one. Finds Saddington, and Saddington will go back and look to slot this through. Bryce Addison playing a great game this afternoon, just popping up when most needed, and his disposal was great. And Saddington, and the former AFL player sets himself, started to turn, didn't come back. 4 goals, 7 now, St George. 23 points ahead of the Dogs, with just the 1 goal, 2. That's going to be a kick to St George. Wasn't touched from the kick out. So he'll come straight back in, And they're still under pressure. Setting that extra man in defence are the Dogs, which is okay. Unfortunately, it's a bit Peter to pay Paul. And now they've got plenty of numbers around this one. Need to work it out. They do so now through Thompson. Wants to move it quickly, does so. Now they need to straighten up, straight through the middle. And they've done this well so far. This is where it's falling down. Again, it was under pressure. Went back to Thompson. And his kick finds a bit of space. Farrelly's done well to work his way back onto it. Gives it back inside to Williamson. Under pressure back to Farrell. Farrelly's kick was a scrubbing one. Williamson gets it back. Drives it to the top of the square. Led to the ball there was Luff by Lording. And not out of trouble yet. And just rushed through in the end for a minor score to the Dogs. Better looking though. Just trying to find some clean football. Long kick in from Sharp. And well stolen there from Joel Robbie. Had a case to plead. Robbie drives it in. Luff just advantageous at the front of the ball, and a bit of frustration creeping in. Lording it was. So from one former Sydney Swan to another. Saddington who missed offline. What can Troy Luff do? Luff's kick. The umpire sets for it, and it's hit the post. Must have been the slightest of touches. Neither of the Swans online this afternoon. Comes out to McBride. Stood tall. Kick down. Green. Green. Oh, nicely done, Saddington. Long way from home. This is where the Dogs have got that extra man in defence. So they just share it round, trying to find an avenue through. Lakakis. Napa. And they've done this well, the Dragons. Out in front there of Gilbert, couldn't take the mark. Batten now pushing back. Has to work well, does so, gets it off to... The umpire's called a throw here. That's baffling. Sort of thought the ball was on the ground. And anyway, umpire's in a better position than we are. Gilbert, I think it is. Puts it to the spot. Flying in the back was Saddington, couldn't take the mark. Over the line for minor score. Keel wants to move it quickly. Lands in the arms of Thompson. Plenty of movement towards this side of the ground. Oh, not a great kick. Turned McGann around and gave every opportunity to Chris Windle. Done it all right though. Now 3-on-3 and standing tall at the back there. And the umpire's going to call a 50-metre penalty. Merson it was who took the mark. See here, the kick comes in, and it was Merson who took the mark, and there's a little bit of frustration. So now Merson will have a shot on goal. Looks good off the boots, got the distance, got the accuracy, it's a good one. And St George get one up again, 28 points the margin now. There, you might have heard it in the background from Troy Luff wheeling his midfield on. That's probably where they're also been lacking a bit this afternoon. 28 points to margin. Dragons doing all the attacking again in this second quarter. This one's offline. The umpire will call this one back. Nice high bounce. Unfortunately, just faded. Again, went way too close to the man on the mark. And the Dragons get it back. Keel swooping across that half-back line. Goes for a run, has to have a bounce soon. Goes back inside. James Heath with the big long kick inside 50. Dropping it there was Windle. A chance now, touched off the boot for Robinson. Back on the line. The tackle comes in. Good work. Now off the boot there. I think that was Dixon. It was. But it was the tackle that set it up. And the Dogs get their second. See here, the ball comes in. A bit of a scramble, and that was the one there. Windle it was, just didn't take possession. Shot on goal from Robinson. There's this tackle here. Forces a turnover, it was Batten. Lands in the arms of Dixon and does well just to get a bit of space. Throws it on the boot. And a good goal to the Dogs. Margin back to 22 points. They need a few more of those. University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs to start putting a little bit of pressure back onto St George. This one comes down. St George midfielders just seem to find the front position, but this one works against them. Robinson goes inside and a mark's taken by McKinlay, and he likes the goal. And that's exactly what Troy Luff was willing his midfield to do. Just a little bit of hard work at the fall of the ball. On kick out of the middle, and it's McKinlay with a shot on goal. Kick comes in, and it's a good one. So 2 in a row for the Dogs, and they get the margin back to 16 points. Just a little bit showing now for the University of New South Wales. Margin 16 points now, and little by little it's the Bulldogs clawing their way back into this contest. Approaching the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. Still time, and the umpire's going to bring this one back again, favouring that right hand. And Widmer, good work, good tackle there from Danaher and Widmer. They combine, and Merson had no way through. Secondary bounce. And the big man, umpire saying free kick to Widmer. It was McBride who just put his body in front of the contest. So Widmer gets the kick, goes wide. Good work from McKinlay to get rid of his player. Danaher now with a short kick over, and it was McKinlay who just faded away from the contest, and he gets another shot and goal. In fact, I think this is Cameron McKinlay. It was Jack before. So a goal here, and it makes it very interesting heading into half-time. Cameron McKinlay. Kick from just inside the paint. 45-degree angle. Distance shouldn't be an issue. It's a good piece of it. Umpire sets himself under the post. Unfortunately, just pushes it to the right-hand side. Just a minor score. But some good signs for the Dogs. Going zone, forcing a little short kick from defence. Now they need to push. George with numbers. Good work there from Merson. Drops it down. Turnover, good tackle applied. That's Addison. And forces the turnover. Now what have the St George Dragons got? Addison drives them long. At the back of the pack's Ryan, sets himself. Couldn't work his way through. Second effort, picks it up. Held in. And in there as well is Heath. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Inside 10 metres from goal. Plenty of numbers around this. They do well to force this. The Bulldogs. Whitmer brings it down. And eventually goes over the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. So it's not out of the water yet. Ryan will be to do the ruck work for St George. Whitmer works his way to the front, drops it down. Danaher with a short handball. They need to find some space. They do so now. Danaher gets it clear. Good work there from the Dogs just to open up a bit of traffic. Now they've got players through the middle. Keel, I think it is, going back, but no, it's not. Rowe, and good work by the Dragons will force the spoil. Now in front of Merson. Wants to go back inside. Kilworth, back to Merson. They know their games well, those two. Merson again. Gets it back on to Napper. Napper inside, and they've found some space. Now a shot on goal comes, an umpire likes it. And a good shot was Mudge. And they get it through, so out of that, the Dragons peg one back. Quick ball movement. Came in from Napper. And the mark was taken. It is Mudge. Throws on the right boot. Splits the middle. And the Dragons get one. It's his second Mudge. Meets the goal kickers this afternoon. So 23, nearly 24 minutes played in this second quarter. And the Dogs have fought back. But the Dragons with a late one. Danaher doing battle there with Green. And the Dogs have got it going forward. Can they steal a late one? They go straight through the middle. It's Luff there and draws the free kick. Too smart. And a 50-metre penalty just to make sure of it. Troy Luff will kick the easiest of goals. He does so. And they sneak a late one. Margin back to 15 points. Good work out of the middle from the Dogs. The ball moving quick, straight down the line. You see here, Luff it was. Just sets himself, puts the big hips out. And just a little tug of the jumper the umpire saw there. And whilst some would say it's not one of those obvious ones, it was definitely there.
Don't let him walk out of here.
25 played. And St George with a nice one. Ruck work there from Annan. Drives them long, but offline and out of bounds. Four goals, 5, play 6 goals, 8. So they've done well, the Dogs, to just stay in touch. You have to say most of the attacking play has been coming from the St George Dragons, but 15 points is all that separates them. Rodriguez trying to push through the pack. Does so. Oh, could have taken that mark, was Green. Went with a double fister. And now they're under pressure. Kilworth just backflips over the line. Rodriguez up against Annan in the ruck. Rodriguez front spot, brings it back down. A lot of traffic around this play. We'll have another ball up. Whitmer with a big ride. Annan lands in his hands as the siren sounds for half time. And it's a good one for the Dogs. They clawed their way back a little bit there and didn't let the Dragons get away from them. So as we go into the main break, University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Bulldogs, they're 4-5-29. They trail the Dragons by 15 points, 6-8-44. And it just kept in touch and give themselves an opportunity to get themselves back in this game in the second half. We'll take a break now for half time, but join us back here in about 15 minutes time as we bring you all the action from the second half. Half time, Dragons by 15. here at the Village Green for this round 4 AFL Sydney clash between the Bulldogs and the Dragons. And the story at half-time was the Dragons leading by 15 points. And second quarter was a good one for the Dogs. They got themselves back into the contest, and they'll be looking to go on with that as we get set for this third quarter. Here at the Village Green, as I said, the margin 15 points. Straight out of the middle go the Dragons. Saddington gives it back, looking for Addison, puts his head over the ball, could be holding the ball. Umpire will have a close look, doesn't give it much time, but comes in for the ball up. Doing the ruck, Addison in there again, trying to find a way through. Umpire says it's high contact. It's the umpire off the ball. Obviously doesn't back his teammate in there to see it. I think it was there, and there's a 50-metre penalty for a little bit of yap as well, so there'll be no worries on this one. As Steve Wilson trots in and kicks the goal. Not the start the Dogs were looking for. See here, it's the ball up. Right on the scene. It's Wilson that pushes through. And just the slow, oh, there it is there, the secondary one. And off the ball, decided to come in and look after that one. Comes their 6th goal scorer, does Wilson. Again, McBride holds his feet, tries to bounce his way through, can't do so. The ball is in dispute. Plenty on around the ball. Umpire's seen something holding the man. It'll go to the Dogs. David Batten's kick is the worst you'll see this afternoon. I'm calling it now. Addison gets on the end of it, drives them inside. Good work by Napa. Turns around, gets it on the boot, and they've made them pay. Just not good enough out of the middle from David Batten. See here, gets the free kick for holding the man. See what he was trying to do, just trying to get the ball across, but that's just a shocker. Good work by Addison, drives them forward, and even better work by Daniel Napa under pressure, round the body. Thank you very much. Great goal. Bride wins this one. They push through again. Good attack on the football. On the back. Saddington running onto it. Tries to knock it off the deck. Can't do so. Keel picks it up. Swung around. And it goes over the boundary line. And claim that one. He set himself the handball into the corridor. His attack swung him around. Again, plenty of numbers around the ball. It's been a very heavy contest all afternoon. See another boundary throw in. Look at the numbers attacking the football. Good kick by Thompson. And the mark will be taken by Kilworth. And he's within range. Kick one this afternoon. He's had issues with his goal kicking over the years. Just test him. Kick from outside 50, but I think it's shorter than it looks. Kilworth. And just comes off diagonally almost. And the Dogs now working to get the ball out of the area. Comes out to Keel. Ed throws on the boot. Nothing to go to. And the turnover comes. Lording. He drives it long. Going back with the fly of the ball. Good work. Addison trying to find a way through. Handball. It's a turnover. And 3 successive handballs into the arms of Plant. And tries to go through the middle. Again. And just need to get the ball moving quickly. They do so now, the Dogs. Got some space. Good mark taken by Tyler Robinson. Robinson now sets up for Luff. Luff sets himself at the back. Couldn't get there. 1 on 3. Still at the fall of the ball. Luff tries to go again. And he gets the free kick this time. And he'll have a shot on goal. So he draws the free kicks, does Troy Luff. And he sets himself up. Kick one this afternoon already. Another shot that hit the post. Let's see what he can do on this occasion. Strikes it well. They like it off the boot. And it's got one on the board for the Dogs. They peg one back. They needed that. .55.35 plays 8.8.56. Margin 21 points. Go forward again, the Dogs. Well in there. Dragons are away this time. Off the boot of Lukakis. Inside 50. Strong mark by Saddington. So it's a Sydney Swan shootout. Either end of the field. And the umpire wants to have a close look. Make sure he's on his line. So a kick from outside the 50-metre paint. Little skip from Saddington. Distance won't be an issue. Has he got the accuracy? No. A couple of opportunities this afternoon, Jason Saddington. Unfortunately, just has the one goal. A couple offline. Good numbers, but Saddington just stands tall and wants to move the ball quickly. Does so. Sees an option wide in Wilson and puts it in the corner. Wilson straightens up. What's he got on offer here? Ryan leading, strong. 3 grabs, takes the mark. Costly turnover. And now it's Nick Ryan will have a shot on goal. And here's a single this afternoon as well. Rodriguez comes off for the Dogs. This to spread the margin to 28 points. Sliding off the boot and offline. 8 goals, 10 now, the Dragons. So they really have had the opportunity to put the Dogs away this afternoon. But for a little bit of offline kicking, should be a long way ahead. At the moment, the margin, 23 points. Mark taken by Williamson. See some running players in Farrelly. Farrelly's got some space. And that kick's not a great one. And out of bounds on the full. So it's when you see a little spark from the Dogs. Flame quickly extinguished through a little bit of lack of skills. Chance now Farrelly. Fly from the back from Saddington. Can't bring it down. Trying to push his way through his march. He's injured. Just caught his arm. And another one out on the bounds on the full. A bit proppy. Jesse Mudge There's Rodriguez. Oh, he's won the ruck contest, but ends up in the arms of the St George team. And the kick from Kilworth is a good one in front of Rod Craig. And he's in all sorts. Has to go back to Kilworth. His handball to Merson, doesn't get there, but Kilworth's good enough to pick it up again. Goes central, turns it over. What can the Dogs do now? Batten. That's a better kick from him. Laugh sets. Doesn't get the mark, gets the second option. Handball over, not to anyone though. And Jones will wrap up for the Dragons. Comes off to Green. And chance to just settle the ball. Merson. Plenty leading. Has to go back now though. Sharp. Has to go back. Coming back into traffic. Goes back to Merson. We're back where we started from. Although this time the turnover comes and Rodriguez loses his footing and goes over the boundary line. 10.5 played. Third quarter. Williamson with the kick. Swings it around the body. And a good one it was. Batten out. Has a chance. Couldn't get the fingertips to it. They're trying to work hard now, the Dogs, but every time the St George Dragons seem to have numbers. This one comes out. Oh, could have been high contact. Is against Craig. Unintentional, but there. Ball off now. Gives it to Plant. Plant drives them straight in, and it's Widmer. Tim Widmer, big mitts up. Takes the mark. He'll have a shot on goal for the Dogs. This one back under 3 goals. Big run up, slides it off the boot though, just the minor score. Short to Windle. Goes wide. Out there's Farrell. He tries to work something, but just can't get contact. And the umpire says holding the ball against Kilworth, and he's just thrown the arm. Might have a look at that. In fact, they're just going to give the 50-metre penalty. That was... Look here as we get the replay up. Take it off the ball. It was a correct decision, but Kilworth gets up, throws the arm. We've done a lot more damage. And it was just a 50-metre penalty. Shot on goal for the Dogs. And probably what hurts more is a goal to University of New South Wales. And the margin's back to 16 points. And the Dogs are right in this now. Have a look at it. Gets it there, tries to take on the 2 tacklers, dispossessed, just pure frustration. Gets up, throws the arm out, and well, the penalty was a goal to the Dogs. We'll come back and gets them right back in the game. 42 plays 58. Rodriguez up against McBride. McKinlay now is pushed into the middle, gives it off. Batten tries to grudge this one forward. A little bit of pressure now, St George. Space. Tomlins and puts on the afterburners and gets through and delivers well. Craig looks for Ryan. The kick was too much on it. He's over the back. Danger signs here. There's plenty of outriggers here for St George. The umpire's going to have a close look at it. Ball's still moving. What can they do here? The ball comes out to Wilson. Just fumbles it at the crucial moment. Now he's set upon. Keel in there. Could have been high. Umpire says play on. Ball comes out to the back of the pack and rushed over for the behind.
Come on!
Signs there was plenty of St George players lining up. Now, what can the Dogs do? Tries to get a little bit of pace. Can't get round his opponent. Does so now. That was Dornoff. And turns it over with the kick. Windle. Get a measured kick there from the Dragons. Rushing their entries. Mudge. Too far out. McBride pushing in now. Goes in that direction. Doesn't quite get there. Addington is the other target. And the boundary line wins out. McBride and Rodriguez. Tongue twister for you. Wrapped up his Merson. Secondary bounce. Down now, Wilson tackled as he kicked the ball and goes over the boundary line. 16 minutes played in this third quarter. The margin 17 points. 15 points at half time. Threatened to break it away. And that one was a shot on goal. Won't get there, and Nick Ryan gave up on it. And the Dogs able to get it out. Oh, good mark taken. Numbers now. Farrelly with a good strong mark. Very good with the hands out in front. The kicks, not so much. Offline again. His last kick forward went out of bounds on the full, so needs to settle on his kicks, I think. Needs to move the ball quickly, which is good, but not at the expense of accuracy. See him pushing back into the goal square now. Just waiting for the ball to come back. Time back on. McBride and Rodriguez. McBride with that little spurt at the start of the throw, gets his body in position. Now, trying to work their way through. And there is Windle, it is. Find a way through.
Body up, don't let it out! Don't let it out, Dogs!
Right again, wants to get the ball wider this time. In the way of Mudge, Rod Craig in there. Away with it there was Robbie. Troubled out of it. And free kick's going to go to Farrelly. And advantage paid. Running onto it, and they've got one back. The margin back to 11 points here at Village Green.
Doggies, let's go, Xander! Let's go, A1!
See, Farrelly it was who got the free kick. Picking up and going was Joel Robbie and slotted it through. Good captain's goal. And 11 points now the margin. Approaching the 19-minute mark, third quarter. Dogs lead in the scoring opportunities this quarter. Picked it back from 15. Here they go again. Comes down to Danaher. Drives them straight down the middle. Farrelly couldn't bring in the mark. Luff in the area. Swings around on the left boot. Just straightens them up. Looking again for Robbie. Couldn't find it. Comes back to Danaher. Could have been high. Umpire says no. And Kilworth gets it out of the area. But there's plenty of Dogs here. Rodriguez, well, made a chest mark look difficult there. But he gets it. Off now to Plant. Plant goes long. Luff flies, couldn't bring it down. And once again, St George having to scrub the kick out. And Mark not taken there on this occasion by Rowe. And that'll help. Trying to get him through there was Zornoff. And high tackle. And a little bit of pressure comes off. Away now is Jones. It's prominent early. Addison, same. Keel under pressure. And Napa tackles him over the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Just get the sense the game's kicked up a gear in the last couple of minutes. The Dogs looming. McBride and Rodriguez. McBride pushes towards the boundary line. Jones back to Merson. Up and under. McKinlay does well. Addison at the fall of ball. Strong. Gets it through. Saddington dishes. Now they've got some movement. Ryan now up against Heath. Heath now brings it to the ground. Can't do so well. Kilworth on the left boot. Swings it around. Not far enough. Missed. 8 goals, 12. Let off for the Dogs. They go straight down the middle and turn it over. Craig finds an option, short, and that's not good football. Merson with the ball. Kick in. Just see the coach of the Dogs gesticulating to go to the far side. In the end, he went straight down the middle. Right in the arms of Rod Craig. Dished off to Carl Merson, and Merson will now have a shot on goal, right on the paint. The kick looks good. Umpire does not move, and the Dragons get one back a little steadier. Margin back out to 18 points.
Push across the flex, push to the other side, then flex comes off.
Of the Village Green. The margin 18 points here in this third quarter. Late in the third quarter, 22 minutes played. I'll have that one back. Through for a goal. Can't be long to go in the quarter. Thrown up, and Rodriguez gets it in. Tries to go to Rowe, but unfortunately changed directions just before the handball. Wrapped up now. Trying to get out there is Jones as well. On his hammer was Thompson, and umpire will come in. Sort this one out. Plenty of numbers. Umpire's seen a high for contact. Will go to the Dogs. Fletcher Rowe with the kick. Needs to go direct. Can't be long to go. Out to Widmer. Good safe hands against Windle. And the kick inside, not a good one. Turned over to Merson. Now St George on the switch. What can they get here? They've got Kilworth running out there. Good lead. Napa gets in space and comes back in. Thomas Heath did well there. Kilworth tried to bustle his way through, was wrapped up in the tackle. Oh, good work from Lukakis to swatted it down. Goes in there was Plant. They get away with this, the Dogs. It can't be long to go. They'll need to get it down the end. They'd love a late one here. Goes up to Farrelly. He just needs to settle on this kick. His last couple have been a bit poor. This time he goes inside, it's better. And now with Plant. Nothing presenting at the moment. Not a lot of movement for the Dogs. Has to go wide. It kicks in the man of the mark. No great result. Ends up in the arms there of Thompson. Handball's clear. They go forward again, but out of bounds on the full. So good pressure late in the quarter from St George.
Who are you? Take out, Tanker!
This one to come back. Merson presenting. Too close to the kicker. And they go into it. Over the back. Widmer does well. Heath drives them long. Only one there is Keel. It's not Keel, it's Joel Robbie.
Push over!
And so's Luff. Luff dishes back out. Gives it to Rowe. Rowe short. And the turnover. Craig.
Get that one out!
And he goes wide.
Over, dogs!
Toying with the boundary line, but Lording does well.
Kill it!
Kicks it back in. Could have taken the mark there. As McGann with the double fister. And it's over the boundary line for a throw in. 25 minutes played in this third quarter. Widmer gets to the front position. Players around this ball. Good tap out there. That was Gilbert. Now they're away, the Dragons. Sits up for Jones. Has one bounce. Now goes long. Looking for Saddington. And a little tap over. Keel will get onto this one. Just turns around, puts it into the path of a teammate, and they've done well. And could have been crude there from Danaher, but it was worked out in the end. Now with Robbie, back it goes. Could have been a free kick. Robinson tackled out of it. Now Jones again. McKinlay now for the Dogs. What can he find? Just tries to work a little handball over the top, trying to be a little bit too pretty in the clinches. Back there is Danaher tracking it back, going and getting his own ball. Now they've done it well. Joel Robbie, what can he find going forward? Laugh, but a nice little touch in there from Chris Windle. Make sure it doesn't get into the arms of Troy Laugh. And we have a boundary throw in 26.5 played third quarter. Margin 18 points. Does well again on this occasion, comes back down. He enjoys rucking against Paddy McBride. Now the Dogs with a bit of that. Plant gives the big show, turns back inside, has a quick kick on the right boot. The umpire's going to give a free kick. Can't be downfield as it's gone through. Well, that's interesting. It's gone that way. Anyway, in the end, it's Troy Luff with the kick. Remonstrating, but I would have thought. Who knows? Luff now. Tight angle. Straight on. Makes no mistake. And a late one to the Dogs. Keeps them in touch. Margin back to 12 points. So here, ball comes through the middle. It was good work to get the ball to Plant. It's a big show. Gets rid of one opponent. Comes inside. Just a quick push after that disposal. Through for a goal. So interesting how that one worked out. It's the Dragons from the middle. Over the boundary line. 12 points the margin. Nothing in it really when you consider margin has been out to 30-odd points at certain stages of this game. And the Dogs muster. Can't be long to go in this quarter. 28.5 played. Now Merson with the right boot swings it back. Need a mark here and they get one. Exactly what the Dogs didn't want was Merson. Good kick from traffic, and Napa took the mark. Nice little stab kick, gets it through right on the siren. So late in the quarter, a couple of goals. It's come back either way, but it was George. The margin at 15 points at half time, and as we go into the three-quarter time break, the margin's 18 points. The Dogs 8-6-54. The Dragons 10-12-72 as we take a break for half time. Got us back here in about 5 minutes time as we bring you all the action from AFL Sydney, round 4, Dragons v Dogs. Margin 18 points in favour of St George. Almost set for this final quarter. The margin 18 points in favour of the Dragons. Showed good signs in that third quarter. Unable to finish off in the end. We're underway. This game's still in the balance. McBride and Whitmer back in the ruck. Start each quarter. Good tackle applied by Dornoff. Says I'll have it. Gilbert is wrapped up in the tackle. Well, the ruckmen get their hands on this one. Dogs try and clear. Good mark taken. This is Dixon can kick this one. He can get them underway in this final term. He'd know this ground well. Kicking from outside 50, inside the square, as case may be. And Dixon, promising talent, launches, gets plenty of it. Just offline. Margin 17 points. Under 3 kicks now. Just need to sustain the pressure, the Dogs. Times when they've got goals on board and St George just come back straight away, and it should have been a downfield free kick. Late call, but it's there. McBride to take the kick. Free kicks, you don't really achieve anything by just putting a little late push. Just give away just yards. McBride now looks sideways, now straightens up. Second option is a good one. And Wynn chooses to go. Driving left boot in there, in the front spot there was good work by Napa, just couldn't hold the mark. Pascoe for the Dogs. And he's done very well there. Didn't call that deliberate. Under pressure, had to get rid of the ball. Dragons by 17. Bride and Whitmer. Bride just trying to work his way. Oh, ragdolled there. It was Mudge. Dornoff it was. Just trying to assert some back. Oh, just backs into him. Misses him twice. Punishment and move on. And so they go again. Plant. Goes on the right boot. Sticks up in the mud. Going back. Saddington. Trusty left boot. Great kick. Found Harrison Green. Worked that back well, did Saddington. Now Green wants to move it on quickly. Does so. Trumming in late was Plant. And Marge just found wanting under the ball. Not the greatest option by Green. Some good closing speed by Ryan Plant. Boundary throwing. Whitman front spot. Could have been high against McBride. Umpire didn't see it. Comes down. Wilson's wrapped up by about 3 or 4. Plant now. Good work from Napa. And a kick. And out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a Dogs ball. Comes down the line. Not a lot to play with. The boundary line. McBride wins this one down. Quick kick for the Dragons. Guys, them inside 50. But a good mark taken by Thomas Heath. Hands off to Plant. Plant's kick is a good one. And they get it through. Now with a little bit of run, the Dogs want to go back through the middle. Looking there on that occasion to Robinson. Not strong enough on this occasion. And there's something going on. It's going to be downfield for St George. Bit of frustration coming out. Umpires confer. Umpire wanted to grab. Not going to come this time. End result is Alex Wynn will have a shot on goal. He looks like he's going to hand it off. He does so now. Gives it to Nick Ryan. Umpire says, no, I'm not ready. Dragons on the case. The ball dropped short. So, win again. This time, might be forced to have a shot from outside the 50 arc.
One on, dogs! Out the back! Tyler!
Good strike. Has he got the distance? In fact, it's going to be a mark taken by Saddington. There was plenty of pushes in the back there that the umpire may not have picked up on. The end result is Jason Saddington taking the mark from a tight angle. Just to put the Dragons 23 points ahead. Kicks around at the last second and swings around the corner. And Saddington gets another one for the Dragons. Just can't seem to break the shackles. Every time they get one back, it seems St George find a way through. Margin 23 points. Six and a half in this final quarter here at the Village Green. Round 4, AFL Sydney. McBride versus Widmer. Favours Widmer and gets it on. Just can't find the handle. That was Dornoff. And it's very scrappy at ground level. Kilworth picks up, tries to go with it. He's wrapped up. The umpire will throw it in the air again. Bride on that occasion could have been shepherding the ruck contest, but the umpire said no. Handball comes out from Keel under pressure, gets it back, just scrubs the kick on the left boot. Luckily it lands in the arms of Dornoff. Dornoff goes long, it's Luff in the square, one-handed, can take the second one and he'll dribble over the boundary line. Good work by Ben Sharp. And we'll have another boundary throw in the attacking zone for the Bulldogs. Forms. Widmer gets out of the ruck, throws on the right boot. Laugh, a nice little jink. Takes the mark. Good work there from Tim Widmer. And Troy Luff will have a shot on goal. Luff, 25 out. Shot good. Dogs back in, 17 points. See here, boundary throw in. Widmer just uses a little bit of body, gets his player underneath the ball, finds some space to just throw on the boot, and then nice little jink from Luff ensures that he gets the mark. Went back and got the goal as well. Back in the centre. Change in the ruck stocks. Rodriguez against Anor. And this one's wrapped up. Umpire says didn't make a genuine attempt to get rid of the ball. And free kick will go to Mercent. Once again, the Dogs just struggling to put two back to back. Could have been a free kick there against Napa. Umpire didn't see it. Napa goes back, throws on the right boot. Good kick back into the hot spot, but Batten does well. Gives it off to Heath. Heath under a bit of pressure now. Back to Plant. Plant with the pressure kick as well. Just an up and under, does well. Gets it back now. Heath, they've worked it well, the defensive half. Now up to Rodriguez. In the far wing of the Village Green. And that kick is not a good one. Umpire says out of bounds on the full. Comes back now in the arms. Ben Jones. Chew up a little bit of time now, the Dragons. Any time left in this game. Tomlins dishes it off. Green. And over the mark, that'll be a 50-metre penalty. Shot on goal from Green is a good one. They like it. The umpire does a lot of work and eventually comes back, slots the goal. So on another occasion, the Dogs just struggling to get back-to-back goals. It's been the story of the afternoon. The margin now back out to 23. Played in the final term. St George by 23 points. Dogs just struggling to get any scoreboard pressure. Comes up, Rodriguez wins this one down, but it's all St George. Merson at the fall of the ball. Drives them long off the right boot. Looking for Napa. Good second effort from Napa. Apply the tackle. Now they're away. Plant. Handball. Puts Keel under a bit of pressure. Got rid of it, but they go again. Good second effort from Plant. This time finds a target. Batten swings around on the right, scrubs it forward. It works out for him in the end. Sits up nicely. Oh, nice good spin. That's McGann, I think it is, out there. Swings it back. Widmer with a big mitts. Couldn't find it. Running onto it was Williamson. Swings around, has a go. And he's got it. A good goal from the Dogs. Back. We have a look at the kick from Batten. Just scrubbed it forward. It's a spin here. Gives a little show and gets around him nicely. Comes back on. Puts it up. Run of Williamson with the good finish. So 17 points again. Struggling on the bounce this afternoon. With the win, it's Addison back in the centre. This time scrub forward there from Dixon. Push through the middle. Goes wide off the boot of Green. The kick looking for Napa. Certainly shown his hand this afternoon as pushing up the forward line, giving the Dragons a target. Wilson works well. Scrubs it forward. And Plant, at least tackled out of it. Kilworth now with a shot, just offline. 12 goals, 13, St George. Now looking Keel with the kick for Dixon, just over his head. The umpire's seen something here. It's going to go back to Dixon. Chop of the arms. I think the umpire said Now looking for Widmer. Widmer and Farrelly. Farrelly does well to get his player out of the contest. Goes over the back. Pushing back Lording. Lording with the little underground handballs and Mudge. Worked that well, the Dragons, but the kick went out of bounds on the full, so whatever good was done. Turned over. Dixon again. No one on the mark, so he's got a chance to run. Now goes long. Going back is Farrelly, and they've seen a hold. It's going to go to Farrelly. He'll play on advantage to finish this one off, and it's gone into Luff. Luff takes the mark in the goal square. Costly turnover. Results in a shot on goal and a 50-metre penalty. There's Luff, finishes off, and the Dragons get one back. The Dogs get one back. Margin back to 12 points. It's a little kick on this near wing. Caused a turnover, and then no Dragon manning the mark. Allowed Dixon to run. Now it's a little bit interesting. 15, nearly 16 minutes played, final term. And the margin, just 12 points. Another goal here to the Dogs would make it very interesting. Push McBride back into the ruck. Dogs sticking with Rodriguez. Danaher well off the back of the pack. Watch for him to come straight running through. He knows that McBride likes to put it to his feet. And that will come back. Make for a long quarter. Once again. And then chopped off the run of Danaher. Nearly got through there, and now it's the Dragons. They need to chop this off the Dogs. Keel just fell off his player in Addison, and Addison will go back. He could almost have a shot from there. And the kick, he kicks it to the man on the mark, although there's been a free kick seen behind play. It's gone to Nick Ryan. Might have picked that up. Let's see what that was for. Nick Ryan will go back and have a shot on goal. And that's not his best. So he let off for the Dogs. Need to go coast to coast. Good long kick out, although the turnover comes. Gilbert drives it straight back from where it came. And a good fading mark from Saddington. In fact, it's not Saddington. It is, sorry. To see the big 22 on the back of Saddington's number. He's wearing the 28, 26 this afternoon. So costly turnover again from the kick in. And Saddington. Once again, reply. And he does so. And a little steadier for St George. Just going goal for goal at the moment. So once again, the Bulldogs unable to capitalise on a scoring opportunity, letting another one back in. Find ourselves back in the centre. Set up this time. Danaher forward of the ball. Dornoff to play on his own. Giving a lot of encouragement from the peanut gallery here at Village Green. And he's never going to call that one back. St George, well, you brought it upon yourself, I'd have to say. And it goes forward again. And a rush behind to the Dragons. Shouldn't get into conversations with the spectators, but he was never going to call that one back after the pressure that was played on him. And they go long, the Dogs. Back of the pack, unable to take the mark, although Robbie could rove. Ascot was that couldn't take the mark. Free kick coming, St George. to Windle. They go inside 50, no one there for the Dogs. Gilbert attacks the ball hard. Lamp been good for the Dogs this afternoon. Kilworth on the end of the handball. Couldn't find the boot. And going in there's Mudge. Gets around 2. Now gets a little chiseling kick looking for Ryan. Too hot for him to handle. And could have been holding the man there on Thomas Heath, but showed some good strength. Pushed through the pack. Handball over to Robbie. He dishes off now to Danaher. Danaher with a scrubby kick going forward. Get under that and play fair. And Rod Craig almost takes the mark. Falls to the back of the pack. Robinson puts it on the boot. Can they get one back? Hits the post. It was good football set up by Thomas Heath coming out of the back line. Just needed a finish. Kick in from St George. I'll just soak up the clock. We're in a time on in the final quarter. 19 points the margin. Mudge. Finds Lording. He's down the line looking for Saddington. The ball over the boundary line. Not a bad result for the Dragons. Rodriguez has worked under the ball on this occasion. Robbie applies the tackle. Jumping in there, trying to find the ball. I think that was Green. Free kick coming. Dogs. Midline found Keel, who's pushed forward. Rolling the dice now, the Dogs. Goes up. The mark. The target was Luff. And takes a good mark. Didn't get very high off the air, but it didn't need to. The big mitts came out. And this, once again, get the Dogs within striking distance. Nice kick. Umpire likes it. It's a goal on the board. And they won't go away. Marching back to 13 points. It's Keel, you can see here with the ball. Puts it in. And Luff was the target. Gets up, tries to get the ride. Almost takes it standing on the ground. Doesn't matter though. Went back and slotted the goal. And the Dogs, they need another one. 23 minutes played in this final term. Crowd of... It's been a throw up from the umpire. And Rodriguez comes to McKinlay. He's done a lot this afternoon. Keel, I like this move. Turns one way, tries to find a target, pops it up, looking for Farrelly. And it's over the boundary line. Need another one here. The Dogs to really start putting the pressure on. 13 points to margin at the moment. Widmer, good work. Need to get McBride out there if he's fit and healthy. Addison trying to scrub one forward. Trying almost inventive there from Shaw. They've turned it over. The Dogs now. Widmer with a quick kick. Nice one. Top of the square stuff. And the mark taken by McKinlay. So Cameron McKinlay has a chance, and he now wants to straighten up. Does so. Oh, the kick's not short long enough. He's going to claim it. The umpire says play on. That was bounced all the way. Should have just got up and run. You could all see from here that it bounced. Widman now, plenty of numbers. Farrelly trying to push his way through. Works back on it. Has a chance now to give it off. Gives it there to Dornoff. Dornoff has to give the quick kick forward and turns it over. And Green for the Dragons. Sees an option outside. Goes to it. Just need to maintain possession, the Dragons. They do so. Addison. kick inside to Green again. Just crawling it up the ground. Goes across. They need to find a man now, the Dogs. Through that decision from McKinley, or not so much the decision, it was the kick. The decision wasn't too bad. Sharp. Out to McBride. Makes him work. Gets there. McBride sees what he likes. Goes to Napper. Napper under a little bit of pressure, but they've still got the ball. Maintaining possession now, St George. Not a lot on offer now. Has to go back. Another one back if they want. Decides to run. Plenty of white jumpers around this one. Oh, that could have been a free kick, and is. And Thomas Heath takes off and says, umpire says no. Although the interpretation should be if he wants to go, he has to. And kick's not a great one. Heel in the area. For the ball there was McGann. Trying to rip it away. And the umpire says, I'll sort it out. Moves around the ball. McBride works his way in front. And again, the ball is tough on the ground. McGann holding it up. Quick kick out of the pack there from Keel. And Widmer takes the mark. Tries to push off his opponent. The umpire put his whistle to his mouth. Was going to call 50. Didn't do it. Out now, Green leads them to the ball. Good pick up. Handball back. And they got away with it. That one, St George. And the run. Oh, good tackle from Saddington. And they've got an option here. Nice in the squares. Wilson has taken the mark. And this, you'd think, would put it out of reach for the Dogs if he's able to slot this one through, Stephen Wilson. 27 minutes played. This to push the margin back out to 19 points. And they like it. And he's got it, Wilson. And the Dragons are home. Almost a 50-metre penalty to Widmer at the other end of the ground, which would have seen a very different result. In the end, Stephen Wilson gets one for the Dragons. And they go to 14-15-99. The Dogs 12-8-80. And with seconds ticking down on the clock, you'd have to say that that margin is enough. Right back in the ruck. As the Dogs have pushed Widmer forward. It's a good marking option. And straight down to Green. That's the sort of class that you like. And a big reach from Thomas Heath. And free kick going to Heath. Not sure what it was for. No real signal there from the umpire. As they push wide. Plant. Trying to get it back. From Thompson at ground level. They're under pressure now. Wilson, the goal scorer, hands it back in. Oh, just backing in the back there was Nick Shaw. Seemed to want to take any contact. In the end, they got away with it. Wilson gets a free kick. Hands off to Addison. Addison loads up. Goes long to the line. And offline. Margin 20. Dogs wanting to move it quickly. They know the urgency of the situation. I don't think they know is how far in and how far away the win would be. Plant. I've seen a free kick here. Push in the back. Plant plays it on. Why not? And now 50. Seen a lot of 50s this afternoon. Been a bit of yap out there in the Village Green. Mudge playing silly buggers, leading over the ball. Really unnecessary at this point of the game. Don't really achieve anything, especially when time is off. As they go forward, but no one at home for the Dogs. And McBride takes the mark. It's for Rod Craig, and good work coming out there. It's Williamson. Approaching 30 minutes, final term. Nice rounded score at the moment, 100 plays 80. Rowe gets it forward, looking for Keel. McKinlay now, big handball off. Couldn't find his target in Thompson. He eventually gets there, kick smothered. Gilbert with the handball over. Now in the arms of Shaw. Decides to run. Has two bounces, now sees an option. And overcooks the kick. Goes to Heath. He's been good in defence for the Dogs. Just been able to get clean football through to the forward line. Only the mark there was Dornoff. He could be getting the free kick against him here if he's not careful. And siren's about to sound, you'd think. Not long to go now. I think the ball will make it into the air. And hear the siren. In fact, I might be wrong. George. Push forward again. March. Tracked back. Williamson's got his hammer, got his jumper. Need to tuck that one in. Dogs through Dornoff. That'll be the siren. And in the end, despite their valiant effort, the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Bulldogs just couldn't peg back the margin. It was all done in that first quarter. And in the end, they fell 20 points short of St George, who run away with the chocolates this afternoon here at the Village Green. It was University of New South Wales, 12 goals, 880. The Dragons, well, they kicked 14 goals, 16. 100 points. Nice round figure here at the Village Green. It was a tough contest. It was 5 versus 6. Now it will be the St George Dragons who go to 3 wins and 2 losses. Say that again. 2 wins and 1 loss as they go into round 4. It's confusing there. They didn't look at the draw column. They did have that one draw against Western Suburbs last week. So they will jump ahead of the Bulldogs and find themselves knocking at the door of the final 5 so early in the season. But in the end, the Dragons too good here at the Village Green. They take out the game in round 4 against the Bulldogs. 14-16-100 the Dragons. University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs 12 goals, 880. As we wrap things up here at the Village Green in round 4 of the AFL City competition. Thanks for joining us, and join us again next week. We bring you more live action from the AFL City competition.